For someone like us, the golf course can be a place of both frustration and joy.
Yeah, but for Ranger Nick, it's all joy and it has nothing to do with hitting a golf ball. No, for him, it's all about the animals living on or around the golf course and the surface it's played on.
Well, the University of Georgia is known for athletics and academics for sure, but if there's one thing we're also known for, that's quality turf grass. And I'm hanging out with somebody today that knows a thing or two about it. Scott Griffith's spending some time with me. He's the superintendent out here at the University of Georgia golf course, and I wanted to talk with him about two things really today. One, about how the golf course is maintained and the things that you and your staff do to take care of it. And second, about some things that he does to control and even promote wildlife, because you know I'm a big fan of the critters out here on the golf course. Scott, let's say I got a friend of mine that believes that folks like yourself, those guys are just interested in tee times and golf carts and making sure that grass is green at whatever cost. What would you say to that friend of mine in the role that you play here?
Well, I'd say we're pretty good at those aspects. We do those things really well,
Good.
but that's not ultimately our goal here. You know, we're here to serve the mission and goals of the University of Georgia. We're here to be an asset to our students, an asset to our research, an asset to our teachers and faculty and staff. So we're a lot more than that for sure.
It's interesting, through a university, and you hear me talk a lot about cooperative extension, the role of what we learn here at the university, helping others in the community. So Scott, tell me something about what you're doing, an example of something you do here to take care of the grass when it comes to just watering it, to make sure that it's green.
Well, we use best management practices for our watering practices, and we use a lot of different technology to control our watering, and we do different testing to look at the quality of our water, the quality not only when it comes in but when it leaves the property. So there's a lot of things that go into it as far as the watering aspect is concerned.
Now, I don't want to put you on right on spot here on camera, but I'm guessing the water that comes in here versus the water that leaves here, all the fertilizers and stuff that you put on this, my gosh, it's got to be way worse coming out of here than coming into here. What do you think?
I like those questions because then I get to tell the story.
Good.
In actuality, that is a myth. We put down very minute amounts. We actually precisely put down exactly what we need. We create buffer zones around our water sources so we're not putting those products near those places. So we're very precision management when it comes to things like that. And we monitor. We constantly monitor. We're looking at things and making sure that we're being good stewards of the environment.
It's interesting there's that art and science to taking care of the grass. I'm wondering what things you're doing out here to manage and take care of wildlife. Let's check some of that out. Well, for the folks at home that might be thinking, okay, so Scott told him a little bit about his role in managing water and looking at water quality, but you know, deep down, this guy's really just interested in green grass and making sure folks are out here at tea time. Well, Scott, Operation Pollinator, talk to us about that. Your role and others in your same shoes, what you're doing out there to take care and manage for wildlife like the bees.
Well, when we were made aware that there was a problem with pollinators and the lack of pollinators, not only bees but other pollinators as well. And one of the reasons behind that lack of pollinators was habitat. So we, as golf course superintendents, we're looking at this and saying, what can we do to help? Well, obviously, every golf course has some portion of their property that is not in use and out of play. So why not expand doing our part for the environment, and let's put in some pollinator plots and create that habitat that's being looked for.
It's interesting, and not only that, but the benefits aesthetically for folks who are here to recreate, to enjoy the flowers that are here, the bees, the other wildlife that come to enjoy this. The buzz on the street is that these folks like yourself, Scott, are out looking out for the little things that live here, even the bees and things. So an amazing thing to know, and I hope the folks at home are realizing superintendents like Scott are out looking out for the environment, a steward of the land. That's great stuff. So Scott, standing out here along a beautiful pond at the golf course, obviously aesthetically pleasing, a great thing to be able to look at when you're hitting the balls. And, you know, with Ray, he spends quite a bit of his time down here near the waters, but we'll edit that out later, right? Anyway, Scott, talk to me a little, this log in the middle of this pond, I look at that as, well, that's a beautiful habitat piece, but someone like yourself, surely, you and the folks that come here view that as just an eyesore, get it out of there. What would you say to that?
No, definitely not an eyesore. The tree actually naturally fell into the pond, and the first thought that came to my mind was turtle habitat, because we see them all the time in different locations, in other locations where the water's coming in, and what a perfect way to give them a habitat. When people come along here to hit their golf ball, you're looking at probably anywhere from 15 to 20 turtles just sunbathing out on that log. I mean, who would not want to see that?
So Scott and I have talked about the environmental benefits and the things that he does and other professionals like he does at golf courses to manage the grass and the wildlife. We've talked about the social benefits and the fact that people can watch those cute turtles on that log and enjoy recreating out here. Scott, what about the economic benefits, things that golf contributes economically? Talk to us about that.
Golf has a huge impact. Right now, golf as a whole, we contribute $76 billion to the U.S. economy. On a local level in the state of Georgia, we contribute $5.1 billion to the local economy in Georgia. And then our contributions, our charitable contributions, the game of golf as a whole contributes about $3.6 million a year to charitable contributions. That's more than any other professional sport combined. If we put all those professional sports together, we raise more in golf than those guys do.
It's incredible, the societal, the economic, the environmental benefits. Scott, I've really enjoyed hanging out with you today. Thanks so much for spending time, and thank you all so much for spending time with us. I hope this has left you with a lot of positive vibes about golf here in Georgia. If you want to learn more about the UGA golf course, you can click on the link on your screen there. Of course, while you're online, Scott, we encourage folks to go on to the Georgia Farm Monitor Facebook page, and while they're on there liking that, they can hop on over to the Ranger Nick Facebook page and check that out, because until next time, we always say on here, enthusiasm's contagious, so pass it on. For the Farm Monitor, I'm Ranger Nick. We look forward to seeing you right back here again next month. See ya.